Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's having a good day. I have another awesome quality story from my audience, so let's get into it. So, I was in high school, so we're probably going about 6 years ago, about 6 or 7 years ago. And basically, I took a high school class, and it was required that everyone in high school has to take this class. So, when I was in grade 11, I took this class. It was a really awesome class. There was all sorts of different variety of things you could do in this class. You learn a lot about like Google Maps. You learned a lot about the rules, the laws, and stuff like that. It was a really cool class. And then pretty much halfway through, so for 7 months, the teacher told us that they're gonna send us out to like a co-op, and we're gonna do it, and it's part of the marks for the class. I guess you get marked for it. And she gave us a whole class a piece of paper. It was actually a small, very class. There wasn't very much people in it, surprisingly. We were in that class, and we signed. We picked what type of job do we want to do for our co-op, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So they'll obviously try to get the top, the two important ones, either the first one or second one, the teacher will try to get for us. And I picked landscaping. So I found out, the teacher told me after the co-ops were all set up for everyone. Um, she told us the days that we head out there, and we meet the co-op people that we're going to be working with for the next 7 months. And I picked landscaping. Luckily, the teacher ended up picking a landscape company close to where I live, so it worked out perfectly. So every day in the morning, my one parent would drive me before he goes to work. It worked out perfectly. It was pretty cool. The first time looking for it was tricky, but once we found it, it was pretty easy, straight, cut, and dry. And yeah, it was pretty good. The first day was good, and they introduced me to the whole team. The it wasn't a bad team. Like everyone was good. Everyone was nice, polite, made me feel welcome. Like everyone was good that way. It was a small little company. Every worker there seemed to work hard. Every day everyone does different jobs. Sometimes they do jobs together, but a lot of the time they do separate jobs too, so it's combined. Rainy days you wouldn't work. There's so many times I went there, and I don't know why the boss didn't call me and tell me that, the rainy. So I went there, and then they kind of told me that there's no work today. You can go home, and I was like, okay, cool. Um, and yeah, so it was pretty awesome that way. And basically a lot of the things I learned, because I was just starting out, was co-op, you know. So I was in the truck, and obviously this is a company truck. You have to wear the company clothes and stuff because you're representing the company. That's understood. Um, so we're in the truck, and I think there's like 5, 6 different lot things. So what we end up doing is going around different places, and these are like grocery store places and stuff. We look around and we pick up garbage. We clean it up. We clean it up really good. We just look around, and there's a few. We drive around and look, change the garbage if it needs change, stuff like that. Sometimes the guys will do more than they're supposed to do. They go above and beyond for their job. Yeah, and we clean a lot of garbage. We clean up gravel. We basically make the outside look really good. And then there's some times where we'll cut the grass when it needs it, stuff like that. But mostly the boss tells them what they got to do, because the boss are like the companies for all these companies, right? They do jobs for this company, and they get paid through these companies to do these jobs, right? So basically, yeah, so there was like 5, 6, maybe 7 different places that we'd go around. We'd look around with the truck. We'd pick up garbage, put it in the truck, and surprisingly, we picked up a lot of garbage. I was surprised how much garbage, you know. Yeah, so a lot of garbage. But it was good because we were cleaning up the environment. It's good. It was a good job. You get a lot of exercise. It's pretty good. And then some of the days the team's together. There's always a supervisor that watches us, and when they're together, it's like we're doing a big job, like a complex and stuff where you need all landscapers together to cut the grass and stuff. So it's pretty awesome. You know, you do a little bit of like like cleaning up the plants, planting plants if it needs it, putting gravel, stuff like that, cleaning up garbage, you know. I remember there was one place where there was we were like at a grocery store type place, and we were cutting the grass to make it look nice. And there was one area where there was so much garbage. The whole team told me, they said that I was the smallest guy. I was the smallest guy to fit in that little corner. So they told me to clean up the garbage, and I did. And there was a lot of garbage in there, but I got quite a bit of garbage out of there. It was pretty cool. But then it sounds like they told me after I did it, they just said, "Oh, we just didn't feel like doing it. Plus, you're the new guy." That's what they told me, and I was like, okay. Um, learning different skills, tools, and stuff like the leaf blower to blow all the stuff off the road, stuff like that. Never used it before. I used it. I wasn't very good at it the first time because, it's my first time. Never used a leaf blower, um, stuff like that. Using a lawnmower, I'm pretty good at. I could say I'm pretty good at it. Did I really get to use the lawnmower? Not really. I think because I guess they didn't know how much experience I had, or they wanted me to start at the bottom, or maybe because I was just a co-op kid. Maybe I don't know. I could have cut grass, but none of them really let me. I was more like helping out the guys that cut the grass. I would rake with them. I'd help them out, picking up garbage. Cleaning stuff up like that, making it look nice. Stuff like that. That's what I mostly did. I didn't get to really cut grass. I don't know why. Maybe I think it's because you got to start from the bottom, work your way up, I think. Plus, I was a co-op person. I was only there for a short period of the year, 7 months out of the year. So I think that's why I didn't get to experience everything. But I did experience a lot, though, overall. It doesn't, not just cutting grass, like watching and stuff. There's like when we first wake up in the morning, we're there early. Everyone's there early, bright and early to get ready for the day. The company, like the people that work for the company, has to get the truck ready for the day. Like put all the lawnmowers in there, all the tools and stuff. Then this company has this big truck of gas or something. It's really cool, like a tank of gas. It's really really cool. Um, you feel there's like two. They get like they have more than one thing of because you never know how much gas you'll need. It's a really cool experience to learn. I learned a lot of experience. There was one older guy that I worked with. He's been there for years, but he had a lot of experience. He's good at his job. He's very particular on his work. He does very good, you know, and he's a good reputation because he's been there for a while. So it's pretty awesome. And, he's very particular, he looks at every little detail. He looks at every little thing. And it's actually a really good thing because when you got a worker like that, then it's a really good thing when you have a job and you have it good. You want to be the best worker you can. You want to be the best because, you want to be on the best. You want to be on the best. You want to have the best reputation in your job. It's the best. It's the best thing ever. So he told me, you gotta look around. You gotta look everywhere. Even if you have to take 5 looks, take 5 looks. That's what the guy told me, and it actually does pay off because you look once, you might not see anything. You look again, you might see a few things. You want to make sure it's good. You want it to make sure it looks the best it can be, right? You want to clean up everything. He told us to go extra and beyond, and we did, and it really paid off because happy boss, happy workers. It goes that way. The boss is happy, has nothing to say, then it's a good day, right? No complaining. He's happy about his workers. It's the best thing ever. So that's what the guy told me, just through life and experience and stuff. Plus, he's a lot older than me. He was like probably. He said try. He said tell me to put on like 40 or 50 years on you, something like that. He says, then you'll understand when you're, because he was a lot older than me, right? I was just a teenager. He's like, he looks at me and he's like, you're young, you got a whole life ahead of you, stuff like that. But it was a really good experience. I learned a lot. It was really awesome. Hard work, discipline, keeping on time, schedulement, getting up early, stuff like that. It's a really good thing. I learned a really good experience. And I got used to waking up early in the morning. It got easy for me. I was in decent shape. When I did the job, I'd say I lost about 20 pounds. 20 pounds is still pretty good. I'm happy. Even if I lost 10 pounds, I'd still be happy. Losing any weight, I'd be happy, you know? So it was an awesome experience. It was awesome. I hope my audience can relate to my stories in some sort of way. It'd be really awesome. I really appreciate it. I try to make high quality videos for my audience every day to enjoy. Thank you, everyone. I'll have another awesome quality video for my audience tomorrow. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. And I hope everyone has a good day, taking it easy. And I will see you tomorrow with another awesome quality video. Thank you, everyone. Take it easy and live your life to the fullest.